Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of the lab for logging into the UI for Argo Workflow. When I finished off the first part of the lab and my video got ended, I was struggling to get the port forwarding to working. Turns out, so I did some troubleshooting. Turns out the port forwarding on the local port, there has to be a high number. There's a certain limit of below which you can't go. So instead of doing 2726 to 2726, I instead did on the local port side, I did 12746. So that I'm going to do it again. And it is running. And now if I go to localhost 12746, so that's a high number, I'm able to get into the UI for Argo Workflow. So if I go here, that's the version, by the way. Workflows, we have none because we didn't create a workflow. We only installed workflow. We didn't create a new one. We can create a new one, submit a new one. I don't know how to do this over. Let's give it a name. Foo. All right. All that. Let's create, see what happens. Anyway, namespace undefined fine. So namespace Argo, you can do that. This is 3 UI in production. You would never do this. And there's our workflow. So now we can look at other stuff, workflow templates. A lot of times you don't want to do a workflow. Instead, you want to create a template and you use the template over and over again. We will talk about these in different other videos later on down the road. These are the templates. There are cron workflows. That means you can have a workflow that runs every minute, every hour, whatever you choose. This is the event flow. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. Event source. We talked about it in different other videos. You can have an event source for Slack, for webhook, for GitHub, for GitLab, for Azure Events, for GCP PubSub, for AWS SQS and SNS. Basically, this is where some kind of event will happen, something will happen, and that will create an event in the event bus, and that will trigger a workflow that you want to create. So these are all related projects that come together. Sensor is it's like the subscription part of PubSub, where it goes and grabs an event from the event bus that was created by the event source itself. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. Anyway, so you get the idea. So in this lab, in the part 1, we install workflow. We port forwarded to the deployment that was created by the install script, and that allows us to log into the UI, into the workflow UI. And here, if you wanted to, you could create workflows and whatnot through UI. In production, of course, you would do through YAML files on a version controlled repository. So this is part 2. In part 1, we failed because I was trying to port forward to a port number that was too low in number. There's a limit, and I will find out what that is. So I hope you find this lab useful. And if you do, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Argo GitOps lab.